Hey Flyers, this is MC here, and I just wanted to show you the progress that I've made on this airplane and what I'm about to do. This is going to be my update number 3, and I'm just finishing everything up, and I'm just going to start finish up this part here, and then I'm going to glue it. But what I've done here, as you can see, I've installed my lights. I just got to glue them in place. And the trench here, I'm going to glue my wires down and then cover it with some tape. I've ran my wires through the trench here. Out of all the things that I needed to do for this airplane, running the wire trenches was the worst. That was... So I've started and glued some of the points here down, and now like I said, I had to pause here for a moment, but like I said, the hardest part of this kit here has been gluing the wires down, or getting the wires to go into the trenches. And what I ended up doing, I had an old soldering iron that I used, and it still gets hot, but I don't use it as a soldering iron anymore. And I made all of my trenches with that old soldering iron, and that seemed to have had worked very, very well for cleaning up my wires and everything here. And then I cut a hole here to run my wires through there, so I could still glue these two pieces here together and still have that together. I had my lights on for a second there, but I've turned them off because I wanted to finish up on the gluing and everything. I got everything straight. I got my afterburners in here. My ESCs are here. They're tied in real tight. I got to turn it around and then glue this side here in. My daughter was loving enough to make me a sandwich there, so I got to get to eating. But I got everything squared away here, and I have my wires coming up to here, and now I got to separate my wires here, and I'm going to tie them up as they come out of here so that they'll be nice and tight. I got to flip my unit over. This is my light kit here. I had it strung out and was looking at it, so now I'm going to tie up my wires here so that they'll be nice and taut. And get that, I'm going to glue that down right there so that it's going to stay nice and tight there. And then I'm going to clean up this little rat's nest here, wires and stuff that I have, and then I'll be set. So this is the part I'm gonna put here, and then in a moment I'm going to bring the other piece down, and we'll take a look at that. And then we're going to button her up. I got to get this other side here glued in. I glued the lights here in, and so we'll see. And I also wanted to show you that I have my rudders are glued in as well, and I hot glued those in, and so they're looking really, really good as well. So that's the back of it. And once I glue the two halves together, I'm gonna put on my elevators and also my thrust vectors and tune them in so that they'll be synchronized. So everything is looking okay so far. Okay, so I finished tack gluing down with the hot glue my my wires and everything here. That's all finished now. I just got finished doing that. So everything is tacked down, and what I got to finish doing now is I'm going to tie up my wires here as they come in across to the front. And I got the right down in here. I'm gonna zip tie my wires together here and button everything up, because all of this is going to get glued, and I'm going to use the Gorilla Glue as I put the bottom side onto the top here. It'll all be glued up, but before I do that, I just want to go through one quick systems check on everything and make sure that everything is working right before I glue everything down, and then she'll be good to go. So let me zip tie everything up and show you what it looks like. Here is my landing gear. I have those, and here they are working. So the landing gear are working. And I have everything going through those voids right down there. I'll show you the top side in a second. But I got everything, and it's working. And here, my landing gear doors. My battery is kind of low on it, so they're flickering a little bit, but that's going to straighten out when I put it on a regular battery system. Oh, there we go. But it's flickering now because my battery is low, but it'll be all right. But all right. So that's my gear doors. So I'm ready to button this baby up. And this is my thrust vectors and rudders. There's a lot of throw on that now, but I just have to make some adjustments, and I can only do that once I put the thrust vectors on. But you can see how the thrust vectors and rudders are moving there together. So I'm just about ready.